Hi everybody. It's another hot, sultry, exhausting day in Central Florida here. And I suppose some of you are wondering, well, why do you stay in Central Florida? Why do you stay in Florida, period, if you think it's so hot and miserable? I stay because William loves it here. And it suits him for right now, so yes, I stay put. But given my way, I'd become a snowbird real fast, in a minute. I'd live up north somewhere during the summer, and actually that could extend from spring, summer to fall, and then I'd spend winters down south here. Florida would be fine in the winter. The rest of the year, it's so hot and humid and miserable. Shall I say that again and break it up into syllables? Miserable. But you just stay indoors in the air conditioning, and that's about the only way to really tolerate it. Even the mornings lately have been not that cool, been quite humid already, bright and early in the morning. So you really can't get much work done outside, as I mentioned earlier in another video. So anyway, you make do with what you have, right? Right. So what I'm doing here today is I'm going to add on a video that I did the other night where I made fried green tomatoes, okay? And the recipe that I use came from Life and More Reloaded. Angie answered my question about, does anybody have a recipe for fried green tomatoes? My husband requested that. He'd never had them before. I found that out later. So it was a total experiment. Me cooking it and him eating it. I've had them before at a restaurant, so it wasn't totally new to me, but I didn't know how to fix them. So Angie gave me a very nice, easy recipe to follow, and I made them. And well, I guess I'll leave it to you to check it out and see what happened. All right, so I have my green tomato here, all washed off. I'm gonna start cutting slices. Okay, the first one, it's a no-go. But it says to cut the slices about 1/4 of an inch thick. That looks pretty good. They're not going to be perfect slices, but close to 1/4 of an inch. And some of these have a little blemish on them that I think I might be trimming off anyway. Okay. There. All right, let's see here. I'm going to cut that off now. Kind of a little brown spot. Okay, first one's done. This is the second one. It's turning a little bit more orangey but it is green basically. And that's what it was sold as. That's what I'm going to make it as. We'll see how that turns out. These are much bigger slices too. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. And then the directions say to put them on a paper towel, because you're going to want to drain them off, because ultimately you are going to be dredging these in flour and egg batter to fry them. So you want to get them as dry as possible. Okay. And while these are kind of drying off anyway, I'm going to be making the batter to dredge it in. Okay, so let me get that going. It is broken. Okay, one more, and that should do plenty. And you're supposed to salt these. I suppose that helps to pull out the moisture. They are salted very well. Right here I've got the flour and eggs all mixed up. I need to salt and pepper this. And I need to put some milk in there. Okay. And while this is all ready to go, I need to heat up the pan. And I already put oil in the pan. And in the pan, there's about 1/4 of an inch deep of oil, and I use Crisco oil. Okay, I'm going to test a little one. And first, you dredge it in the flour. I need another fork. Actually, I need another utensil. We'll use this. So I'm putting it in the flour first. I probably have way, way, way too much flour here, but that's okay. Into the egg mixture. And then back into the flour again. And you repeat the process. Okay, back into the egg mixture. And back to the flour. Okay, and from the flour, the second time around, I'm putting it in the frying pan. I'm going to dredge some more and get them ready. So, into the flour. The grease isn't quite hot enough, that's why I started with a small one to test it out. Okay, dredged in the flour, then the egg. And this recipe comes from Life and More Reloaded. Angie provided it to me when I told her my husband was interested in having some fried green tomatoes. And these green tomatoes come from the farmer's market that we visited a couple weeks ago in Zellwood. Okay, back to the egg wash. And back to the flour. Okay, I'm going to dredge some more here. Get them ready to put in when the grease is really hot, nice and hot. And I'll bring you back and let you see the skillet when it's completely full. Along with the fried green tomatoes, we're going to have these chicken nuggets. They are Perdue Original Chicken Breast Nuggets. 100% all natural meat. No fillers, no antibiotics. They're pretty good. We've had them before. So they'll fry, or rather they bake in the oven for about 15 minutes. And we'll be ready, hopefully, when the fried green tomatoes are done. But supper tonight is chicken nuggets and fried green tomatoes. The first pan load of fried green tomatoes is in the pan. We'll see how it turns out, but I'll show you. And the chicken nuggets are soon to go in the oven too. Stay tuned. So William, how do you like your fried green tomatoes and your chicken nugget supper?
Well, the fried green tomatoes is something I've never tried before. This is good.
Would you want it?
This?
Would you want it again?
Yeah, I'd like to try to squash the same formula.
Okay. Well, the fried green tomatoes was done with a big thank you to Angie at Life and More Reloaded, because she gave me the recipe and the directions and everything, and I followed it to a T.
Well, you did good.
Okay. All right. Good news. Okay, I've got my dinner all served up. William is eating his, and I filmed him. He said he liked it. So, fried green tomatoes, my chicken nuggets, and we'll see what I think. But if he likes it, I bet you anything I'll like it. He said I would. So, anyway, you all have a good one out there. Take care. But it's going to be bye for this time.